I'm like out of breath. I'm like talking a lot but not breathing enough. Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet Vegan because I'm Viet and I'm vegan, and today is a grocery haul, and not just any grocery haul, it's an Asian grocery haul because Lunar New Year is coming up, and to celebrate that I'm gonna be cooking a bunch of different Vietnamese delicious things. It's gonna be like post New Year's, but you know what, Lunar New Year is like a month-long celebration, so it's like, you know, it's not really like a timely thing. I thought I would show you the things that I bought today. So starting with this bag, I have some coconut water. I tried to find the most bland, natural coconut water possible. This is from Vietnam apparently. Typically for Vietnamese cooking, for like broth, instead of using water, people would typically use coconut water. At least that's like what my mom did growing up. So we used to have these like green bottles of like coconut water for cooking, and it didn't taste like anything like the coconut water that people drink nowadays. So I'm hoping this is what it'll taste like. So I bought this to make some bông bò, but vegan, of course. That is a recipe that I'm working on, so like please be patient. It's taken me a while. I really suck at being timely. So anyway, I also got some glutinous flour, but it's just sticky rice flour. This is for a dumpling that I'm making with a collab with Mary coming up. So make sure you're subscribed so you know when that's coming out. But if you just want the recipe, I already have it on my blog. It's been on there for a couple years. So if you want the recipe, make it for New Year's if you want. But it's like kind of complicated. Well, it's not that complicated. It's actually pretty easy, but some people have trouble figuring out how to make it. So I'm gonna do a video to help you guys with it. I got some avocados because I actually found some vegan caviar from IKEA. It's made of like seaweed extract, and it tastes just like caviar or like roe to me, just like salty seawater bubbles. So I'm making some sushi out of this. I don't know if it's gonna be a video. It might be in a what I ate in a day video, but you know, whatever. This is vegan da lua, which is like a vegan sausage. It's like a soy-based Vietnamese sausage. Typically it's made out of ham. I don't know how to describe it because it has like a banana leaf flavor and it's pretty distinct, but this is the closest thing that I've been able to find that has the same texture that isn't made out of like bean curd sheets. The next thing I bought is some Golden Mountain seasoning sauce. It's like soy sauce. It's like a soy-based sauce, but this is what I use for soy sauce for pretty much all of my recipes. You can use any other soy sauce, but this one has a specific flavor profile that I associate with a lot of Vietnamese food that I've grown up eating. If I want like a pure soy flavor, then I use tamari, but this soy sauce is the tits. I got some Enoki mushrooms. They're like the little stringy, weird mushrooms that I find are delicious because they're like kind of crunchy, but kind of like stringy and noodly. I like putting them into my noodles. Eddie doesn't like these at all, so this is all me. I also got 2 potatoes and some carrots, and also green onion. Today I forgot to bring my reusable bags. Well, typically I actually just use plastic bags and I just like wash them and reuse them, but I forgot to bring them with me today, so that's why I have a lot of plastic today. I also got some limes. This will be for an upcoming video for a dipping sauce. It's like kind of like Nuc Mam, which is like the fish-based dipping sauce, but I make it actually using this instead. I actually have the recipe for that already. You can click on the link down below, but I'll do a video for it because nobody looks at my blog unless I do a video for it. So I'm just gonna do a video for it so that you guys can see how it's made. And I also bought some peeled garlic because your girl is lazy, and this is like less than $2 for all of this garlic. This is like, what, 5 or 6 heads of garlic? A good deal. I also got some tofu. This is some puffy tofu. It's like fried puffy tofu. I use this a lot in my stir fries, in my recipes. I use it in noodles because it's super delicious. This one seems like a bit like firmer or like more dense than usual. Typically the ones that you get are like almost like air. They're like little marshmallows made out of tofu. They're super delicious, but I like them to be a little bit more like oomph, you know? And speaking of tofu, I also got some medium firm tofu, which is probably like around like a soft tofu or like a medium soft tofu. I have a recipe that I'm gonna be experimenting with called banh mi opla, which is basically like a Vietnamese egg sandwich. It's super delicious. It's super simple, but it's basically a fried egg in a baguette, which I also got today. $2 for 6 of these. That's what I'll be making. But typically it's just like a fried egg, sometimes with pate, as well as some soy sauce. I feel like there's other stuff that people put in there too, but typically it's just like a fried egg and soy sauce, and you just eat it like a sandwich, and it's so good. But I obviously want to veganize that, so I have the tofu. I'm gonna attempt to make like a vegan yolk, but I don't want to make it too salty because you also add the soy sauce. The last thing that I got is actually not from the grocery store, but it's from the tofu shop that's in the same like Chinese Mississauga center, and it's some freshly fried tofu. Look how delicious it is. It's still steaming. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got 2 kinds. This one is like a lemongrass chili kind, and this one is just like a green onion kind. And oh my God, it is so good. There's also some mushroom in here, I think, yeah. If I didn't have my Invisalign in, I would eat them right now, but trust me, it's delicious. If you wanna know where I got all of these ingredients, I can leave the address for the Mississauga Chinese Center if you are curious. There's also the tofu shop that I go to. closed on a Wednesday, so if you go on a Wednesday, you will be disappointed, but I think it's open on like every other day. I also showed that grocery store and that tofu shop in this video that I did with Rose. So if you want to check out that video, I'll leave the link in the corner for you. And I'll leave the links to the different recipes that I've talked about that I have already on my blog down below if you're curious. I probably won't have any of the Vietnamese recipes that I'm working on up before Lunar New Year, but I have a lot of them on my blog already. So if you want to, use those, go check it out. I also have like a Vietnamese section, or like it's basically an Asian recipe section, if you want to check that out on my blog. So yeah, that wraps up my grocery haul. I think altogether this was, from the grocery store, it was $28, and the tofu shop was like about $6 for all this tofu. Oh, this glorious tofu. This will last me like a week and a bit for sure. There's a lot of like staple foods. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what are some of your favorite finds that are vegan from the Asian grocery store. I would love to know. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a delicious day. Bye!